lot of you guys ask me, how do I grease the truck? How do I take care of it? So I'm going to show you on this rollback here what I use. So on the wheel lift extension tube and the grids, I don't put wheel bearing grease on it because I hate when I use it or I step over it, I get grease on my legs, on my hands, and it makes a mess. So I use this dry lube. I just spray clean everything, all the grease off, and then just spray it on. I do it every oil change. You do it here, do there, then I do with the L-arm slide in. You know, on these cam locks, I just use the grease fitting. I just fill with grease. Same thing with the center. Most of your trucks are going to be the same, dual tag, Miller, kind of similar. So this will pretty much help you on most of them. So make sure you hit your pivot pins. There's a grease fitting there. There's a grease fitting there. Grease fitting at the cylinder at the wheel lift. So this dual tech doesn't have a grease fitting here, but on a Miller, Century, Chevron, you're going to have a grease fitting right in the middle where that snap ring is. The grease, the wheel lift pin, pivot pin. I don't know why these ones don't have a grease fitting. They should. This grease right here, this is your hinge, which moves the platform. This is very important. Make sure you get this grease. So back to this, another reason why you don't want to use wheel bearing grease is because anytime you get gravel on it, it's going to hold the gravel and grime in it, and it's going to slide into the slide pads and fuck them up. So that's why I don't advise using grease on the extension tube or the grids. So this is your slide pads. This is where the bed rides on. I don't put wheel bearing grease. I'll show you what I use. I use red and tacky. It's pretty much wheel bearing grease cut with tranny fluid. It's thinner, and on the slide pads, I prefer to put that on it. On the bed locks, though, I put wheel bearing grease just in the tub. Smother it on. Very important here. Most of your trucks are going to have this. This is where the platform hits, and anything metal on metal is not good, so I grease these also. You know, your cylinder pins, just grease them up. Grease them up. I put wheel bearing grease on the bottom rail of here with the platform tube. So you can't grease the whole slide pad because you just can't get in there. So what I do is I come to the back of the bed, and I just, where the bed on the back side is, I just put grease on that, and it works its way up to the slide pads. Well, that's pretty much a rundown, 2-minute rundown. That's what I do to all my trucks. Depends on how hard we run them. Sometimes I do it every month. Sometimes I do it every 3 months. It depends on the truck. This truck wasn't used a whole lot recently. Then it went back into service when my other one got wrecked. So about once a month, I'll make sure this truck is greased up. You know, I plan on selling it here in the next 2 months or so. I'm still going to continuously take care of it because it's been a great truck. This shit works for me. So that's what I do.